Hello my dear beautiful bastards and welcome to Riverwood in Planet Coaster. After 20 hours of building, I have finally completed it. The park features all 7 structures, 3 walkways and detailed decorations pretty much exactly the same as the original. What you haven't seen from the development videos is mostly terraforming around the village, which I have done last. I decided to not record that because it is pretty self-explanatory and kinda tedious to do. The biggest annoyance were the cascading hills that are a very common occurrence in Skyrim. They can be created in Planet Coaster but require a lot of adjustments and it can easily become annoying, so I didn't spend too much time doing it. The terrain coloring was fun though. Due to the options where you can change the intensity of the brush, it is possible to create various different color combinations that can really change the feel of the environment. Unfortunately, the Alpine setting in the game is still unavailable, so I wasn't able to put the proper colors on the mountains, but that will come to the game in a few days, and then I'll likely just place the village on a new map and recreate the terrain to see if I can make it look better. Once I added the paths and people started coming to the park, I decided to make it like a museum, where every structure had a certain story, so now people visit the park to learn what happened and why is this place so interesting. So let's begin. The first house we see used to belong to Sven and his mother Hilda, a very odd family with very odd interests. Sven used to sing and entertain others before the darkness took him, while his mother never complained and just followed in his footsteps. They were exiled from the village once it was revealed that Sven enchanted his lute, so every person who listened to his songs got compelled to run naked through the nearby woods while he watched them. Various drawings and potions were found in their house, which are still available for the visitors to see. The next house belonged to Alvor and Sigrid. Alvor was a blacksmith who was taken by the darkness as well. A strange man once approached him on the porch and gave him a letter. Once he read that letter, he received the ability to talk to chickens. As soon as he realized that he was able to understand what the chickens were saying, he started taking them one by one and trapping them in his house. His wife and child never said a word to anyone until the day Sven enchanted his lute. During her first naked run, the daughter started shouting how she hates all the chicken feathers that get stuck in her ass, and Sven, being the sick bastard that he was, wanted to find out more. He broke in their house and saw all the chickens. Horrified at the sight, he immediately told everyone. Seeing as chickens are the most respected animals of Skyrim, the villagers decided to tie them all up within the house and release the chickens on them. The house is still not ready to be visited, so people who come to the park can only look at it from a distance. Across we can see what once used to be the Riverwood trader. Owners were siblings Camilla and Luke and Valerius, and they provided the villagers with various trinkets in exchange for gold coins. They were killed during a robbery, shortly after Sven and his mother were exiled. It is believed that Sven hired the robbers because Camilla was the one who spread the rumor of his dark activities, but there is no proof. Visitors can view a remodel of the trading room with the recreated murder scene upstairs. It is the most popular venue and brings the most amount of money to the park owners. The next structure is the Sleeping Giant Inn. A mass slaughter happened here during the final days of the village's existence. The darkness spread very quickly once Alvor and his family got murdered, mostly because of the ritualistic way the villagers had them killed. Sven was able to contain it with his songs, but once they exiled him, the end was close. This venue is closed for viewing because it is believed that the evil powers are still roaming the halls, and the park owners aren't ready to open it. The remaining 2 houses are in the back, the first one belonging to Hod and Gerder. They were the operators of the lumber mill located on the small island nearby. Gerder was pretty much the most important person in the village and she made all the decisions, while Hod spent most of his time working at the lumber mill. Before Sven's exile, Hod got struck with evil as well. He used to ambush random travelers and cut them up instead of logs. Gerder found out very quickly, but her love for her husband was too strong, so she covered it all up. It all came back to them during their visit to the Sleeping Giant Inn. The visitors can inspect the house as it was on the day they left it for the final time. The last house belonged to a man called Faendal, a very secluded man who rarely left his residence. Nothing is known about him as his remains were never found, and his house is very bizarre. There are no personal items, food or drinks. The only thing out of place in the entire house are initials RJ carved into the bedpost. It is suspected that Faendal was the one who brought the darkness to the village and caused the slaughter at the Sleeping Giant Inn, but seeing as there is no proof, we can only speculate. Riverwood would have been a ghost town were it not for a couple of rich men who wanted to turn it into a park. Now it is a profitable village brimming with life, excitement and wonder. The next project I'll be working on is Dragon's Reach, so stay tuned for more videos and make sure to let me know, do you have any ideas for future builds? I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.